A glitch is a glitch.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. I don't want it. Nope.
Starts off, there's a glitch in the episode. The end.
It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
I tend to kind of agree. It's
The worst
No,
ever?
it was awesome. It was amazing.
my wife, the abstract artist, is watching this, like, gave her a whole new respect for the show. I was just like, really? Really? I will say this, watching it, I was, at times I was saying to myself, like, is this brilliant or awful? And then it sort of transferred into, no, this is really annoying. Like, my head hurts so much after watching it. And I like stuff like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, okay? I like stuff like Eraserhead. And I'm just watching this like, like it's just, and it's only 11 minutes. I mean, can you imagine a half hour of this?
Never.
I mean,
Yeah, go on.
So pretty much, I mean, there's a bit more. It's all CG. It looks CG. I'm assuming that's what it was.
Yeah.
It looked really bright on this TV. What was that? Tell us in the comments below, because like Ice King, we couldn't even see his face. It was so white, and we're wondering.
That's what I was gonna say. The color palette was terrible.
Well, I'm wondering if
Whatever
it was. I'm wondering if it's just the copy we got or something, or is it?
Well, hold on. Let me tell
was
you
it all
quick-
like that?
Really quickly, people. The first time I got Glitch is a Glitch, I got it from a torrent site. And I'm like, okay, because it wasn't out, it wasn't available anywhere, it's not available on DVD, and I'm like, I need to see this, yada, yada, yada. So I downloaded it, and I started watching it, and I thought there was something wrong with it. Because of all the crap that would happen, I'm like, did I just get a really bad copy or whatnot? And then I found out, no, this is exactly what it's supposed to be like.
So yeah, it's supposed to be where Ice King can barely make out his face.
That's what it sounds like, yeah. Which I thought was a very poor choice in color.
Yeah, it's Adventure Time in CG, and I've gone on. I prefer hand drawn to CG, but CG's fine. You know, I mean, it's created some beautiful landscapes, and there's a lot of great CG films. Why not? What?
Godzilla, 1980, the National one.
Well, classic, obviously. But no, I like How to Train Your Dragon. I like, a lot of the DreamWorks stuff and everything.
You like Despicable Me? And Shrek?
Oh, that's true.
Really? Those are the two that won you over out of all the, CG films are so bad, but Despicable Me, that's...
Well, we saw it
that's
in the
the-
theater.
We saw it in
so-
the theater when Brie was little. So.
And 3D is
That was
fun.
cute. It was really cute.
But case in point, you saw how colorful and bright and imaginative as that could be. Why waste that opportunity with Adventure Time? Adventure Time, CG, what you can do with this, and it's a good idea. I love the idea of, like, just the universe has a glitch, and it was given by the Ice King, and they sort of go to, oh wow, this is like the universe's, source code, and so it's like, I think that's a fun idea, and even, like, at first, when I'm looking at all the little glitches and stuff, I'm like, oh, this is kind of clever, and it really looks like, it's all pixely and stuff, but when you find out it's the whole thing, it's like, oh my god, and I don't, again,
I'm nauseated.
I don't think it's gonna sound strange, I don't think, even for Adventure Time, it's abstract enough to be, no, it's abstract enough to be like, wow, that was brilliant and pure surrealism and stuff, because it's like, it was mostly, I don't know, nothing seemed like challenging about it, nothing seemed like, hey, here's something that's gonna sort of, question you and challenge you, it's just annoying, and again, from someone who loves Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and loves, can take things that are annoying, but it's sort of raising questions and it's sort of challenging you. This just didn't seem to do that. It was sort of one joke that had a few good, variations. I love the 1 second later. That was great.
Oh, see, and that's where I'd have to... You said
See,
it yourself.
I love that.
Hold on.
I love.
The reason why it bothers me is because it wasn't 1 second.
That's why I loved
If
it.
it said 10 seconds later and it literally waited 10 seconds, that would have been funnier to me.
No, see,
Because-
I like the aspect of it just be 1 second later and you hold on it for a solid, 30 seconds. And that I thought was pretty funny.
To me, all the comedy felt cheap. All the comedy felt incredibly long and drawn out. Like, every single joke they were doing, like, they couldn't do... Adventure Time is boom, 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 very fast jokes. Sometimes you don't even catch a joke when it happens. And this one felt like the writer, the creator, whoever he was, couldn't do that. Oh, we're going to do the whole donut guy running around and spazzing about, his face. And then, of course, that's going to happen for a good minute. And then now, at the end, we can't think of another joke, so we're going to have him running around spazzing doing the same thing. We're going to have the hair eating, which, by the way, the guy who did this one, that's his video, apparently. He created that girl eating the hair video.
Mm-hmm.
So he tossed his own work into Adventure Time. And then, at the same time, I felt incredibly cheap that it was basically his own work that saved the day.
Well, now he's putting a glitch in this video, obviously, because we have shorty clips there.
I felt it was very cheap. A lot of the stuff was very cheap. The jokes weren't all that great. Bubblegum hitting the computer and over again. Hit it for once or twice, okay, I would have been fine. 12 times, I got bored. Jake and PB...
Yeah,
Oh,
what
Brandon,
the
what's
hell
going on?
was
It's like,
that?
really?
I was quite insulted with that.
Well, and that's
Jake is a good daddy, and he loves Raina.
It's
that
true.
pissed me off.
but his hand, we don't know.
Oh,
His hand might have it.
And it wasn't even his hand, it was his arm.
It's and for is that was written and directed by the same guy? What was it? Do you know the story behind it at all? Was it just a guy they found? Was this a guy who worked on the staff?
No,
or was this
he's
gotta
just
look
like,
this up.
there's a few episodes, one's coming up called James Baxter the Horse, and then there's one in the newest season coming up where they get kind of like guest animators to come in and make their own episodes.
Okay.
Now, I want to say this, and I know people are going to yell at me or yell at the screen before I bring it up. Glitch is a Glitch is not part of the canon. It's not a canon episode.
It's just sort of its own thing.
Yeah, it's kind of there, and the whole, you said, Jake is a good dad. He loves Rainicorn, It doesn't matter. This has nothing to do with anything. And I feel that's kind of stupid. It's like, why? What's the point of it being... This is like one of the only non-canon episodes, I think.
Well, was the wand ever...
It's never really brought up, but it's so short.
It can be canon, yeah.
It easily fits in there because it doesn't break any of the laws or rules. A Glitch is a Glitch just kind of felt like, I don't know, we found this guy who we like his work, we brought him on board to make an episode, and this is what he comes up with.
I'm really a fan of when they experiment in the show, and this show is so good at experimenting and trying, different things, and so often they work, and that you're just always going to get one that just doesn't quite hit it. At least for me, it doesn't quite hit it. And again, I just want to emphasize, I love Ren and Stimpy. I love surreal humor, and I love friggin' Adventure Time. And I like when they do something different. But this just constantly just seemed like, more of the same, and it's annoying what they're throwing at you over and over. It's not like, hey, here's a lot of the same, and we're gonna see how long we can sort of push it. It's like, it's that, and it's incredibly eye-bleedingly annoying. And it's, like when you first see they're talking to a whole bunch of glitches there, and they're yelling at, and they take it and throw it, and it has a face. I'm like, oh, that's kind of clever. And then they're gonna go up to the head glitch, and it's the exact same thing except it has a beard. And I'm saying what? Why didn't you save that for the head glitch?
Yeah.
Why give it away? And like once in a while, there's something I kind of like. I like when the glitch talks and it says the subtitle, but then when Ben and Jake look at it, it's backwards. Stuff like that. That's kind of clever.
Yeah.
And like I said, I know you guys didn't like the 1 second later. It's I kind of did.
I understand why you do.
Yeah,
I do get it.
It's not that there's nothing in this episode. There's one or two ideas that's okay, that's thinking out of the box and kind of creative, but for a show that's already doing that and doing it so well and doing it so smart and clever and unexpected and quick and so well paced, this just did not seem to gel.
It seems like it was trying too hard. Is trying too hard to be different. Like what I was.
But it wasn't even good CG. That's what's so strange. And so many shows are CG now, you know, and some are good, some are bad. But it's like this one, like sometimes the movement's nice, you know, like when PB is destroying the computers, like that was good movement. But yeah, I mean, they all look very fake, which I'm sure was the idea. But it's like, why?
I think it was purposely made shitty. I think this is like a really silly in-joke with the guy that did it, and like, and he strokes himself all night, looking at all the little inside jokes he like. I'm sorry, that's what it felt like.
Actually,
like,
no. She brings up a really good point. If you think about it, at the end, where everything's kind of like where it's reloading. I'm looking at any of that stuff. Like, think about the episode. How much of this is anything that's happened before? Like when they're doing the whole pulling like out and all that stuff to the reload screen, there was nothing there from Adventure Time that I ever saw before. The three-butt man, the weird guy, like that all seems like, I think Jory's right, like a bunch of inside jokes of this guy or stuff that this guy has created, and is kind of like forcing it into the universe.
Well, and what Adventure Time usually does is that it balances stuff you haven't seen yet, but are going to with just sort of strange stuff. But you're right, nothing in those things backing out, or really a lot of it seemed like this was Adventure Time, you know, or something you see in Adventure Time. The one thing I kind of like when the pulling out, I like when you saw the galaxy, it just gives a little wink. It's like that, again, just sort of like the source code of the universe. It's like, I like the idea. So it's, yeah, I think it's not a, I don't think it's a bad idea, and I think there's one or two jokes that are just out of the box enough that it got a laugh, but no, it gave me a headache.
I just wish. Normally, you're like, there's a joke that was missed, and you say what it is. I feel kind of the same way with this. It should have started normal. Normal animation, and then
or really good animation.
And when just normal,
like really good CG animation.
No, normal animation, and then the moment they put in the disc
is when
it starts going to CG. Kind of like that disc starts the glitch right then and there. And then it starts kind of getting like weird and bizarre after that.
Yeah, there's never an explanation why it's CG.
Yeah, and that's, I think, part of the reason why I was always thrown.
Something else he strokes himself about.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know. It's, so, you know, maybe the guy could just be like, it's...
Jory, you are hilarious.
I understand why people can like this. I really do. It's bizarre, it's strange, it's different.
You could see it kind of as a troll episode.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But no, for me...
No, even then, there's too much effort in this for a troll episode. I'll even say that. You know, that it's not so bad, because it's still kind of, you know, like I said, one or two of those jokes are pretty strange and out of the box, and it still took... CG animation, as much as I, you know, sometimes complain about, is not easy. You know, it's still really difficult to do, and this is, you know, comprehensive enough to show, okay, there's definitely effort that went into it, just not all their effort to care, and not too little to laugh at it.
Yeah.
No, I think it was a lot of effort to make it look shitty. It's like those idiots that buy, like, ripped jeans for $700.
That's what this is. This is already ripped jeans. I think it's a perfect analogy.
Can we watch a good episode?
Please, oh my god, make it stop now.
Let's do that. We'll see you at the good episode.
Seriously.
Thank goodness.
And also...
Ugh.